Burna Boy is facing yet another controversy. Burna Boy is a controversial musician. With all his talent, with all his success, he has been having controversies. But this one appears to have, happened at such a stage, in such a stage, and at such a place where he could really face real backlash. He has had controversies in Nigeria. First of all, let me say that I admire Burna Boy's talent. He's a talented musician, no doubt about it. He's a great performer. Musicians, musical artists, there are those who are gifted in writing songs. There are those who are gifted with great vocals to sing. There are those who are gifted in performance, as in being able to perform and wow a crowd. I don't know about his writing skills. I don't know if he writes most of his songs, but I know that he has good vocals and he has excellent stage performance. Not all musicians have that ability to perform well on stage. So great musicians, someone like Mariah Carey, when she started off just singing in the studio. Mariah Carey just started singing in studios, and she was really shy to perform live audiences. According to what I read, I think a documentary or so, it took Mariah Carey some time to be able to get used to stage performance, because of stage fright and all of that. But she was able to overcome it, and she does well live performance. Burna Boy is a talented musician, and he does great. I think he's the Nigerian musician that is one of the greatest stage performers of Nigeria musicians. Especially the current set of musicians, Burna Boy has one of the greatest, the best stage presence. During live performance, if they are doing shows, right, a number of musicians, they go with this like DJ. The DJ will be playing the song while they will just be miming or just be lip syncing it. So they'll just be, the song will be playing, then they'll just be like, singing along. But Burna Boy doesn't do that. At least I've watched one of his performance online, not in physical presence. I was not there physically, but online, and you could see how the stage is set, how dancers come in, the way he goes about it, and he doesn't play this DJ, then he just lip sync it. Rather, he will just be performing it. He has this performance, and he attracts a lot of audience. I see people throwing things like ladies throwing bra at her and all that. He's a great performer, no doubt about it. But nobody is perfect. So in this instance, he has some, sorry to say, with all due respect, he has some character flaws. He does. And he has this, there are musicians that they don't really, in terms of their ability to relate with people, right? They don't do so well in relating with people outside of the regular performance. that they do, relating normally with people, especially with people you don't know, he doesn't really do well. Burna Boy performs more outside Nigeria because a lot of musicians try to do that, go abroad and all that, because they get more money in dollars, in pounds, in euros. They get more money performing abroad than in Nigeria, right? There was a time he was to perform in Nigeria, and I said he came late and all that, and he was quite condescending. He didn't really, he's this kind of person that he is arrogant, he's proud, Some level of pride is needed for you to be really a good performer. That self-confidence in yourself, you should be a showman and all that. But there's a very thin line between self-esteem, self-confidence, self-dignity, and carrying yourself in a very good way, and being arrogant and prideful and proud. Because you come to Nigeria, you come late to an event, and the way you talk to people, you just sound as though you feel you are too big to come and perform, stuff like that. So you've had that situation whereby the event started late and he doesn't really give much of a damn about that. There was a time he went, I think in Lagos, he went to a nightclub, and according to some of the stories, he saw a lady he liked. The lady was engaged or came with someone. The lady has someone, right? He tried to talk to the lady or something like that. The lady rebuffed his moves, and then there was an altercation and fight broke out, and they said there were gunshots. And then when that happened, Burna Boy fled, according to what it was reported, fled the country, because he now involved the police and stuff like that. At that time, I think it was the journalist Benjamin Denny. He reported a lot about that. I think the journalist was about to go public with the story, and then it seems that the manager of Burna Boy is the mother. It seems that the management of Burna Boy were able to get to the people that were affected, and seems to be able to reach some agreement, and so they backed out of the story that the journalist was about to tell. So, and then since the people who gave their side of the story are pulling out of the story, going out to publish it, they may just say that they did not tell you that story and stuff like that. So he had that incident where there was a gunshot, and he has had a number of controversies. He has this. In one time, he has this beef with Cubana chief priest. Then he had this beef with Speed Darlington. Case of Speed Darlington, he got Speed Darlington arrested. So you've had that. He's had controversies, but many of these controversies were in Nigeria, where our judicial system, our legal security networks, the security law enforcement officers in Nigeria, unfortunately, can easily be influenced by money and power, right? So a lot of these controversies he's had in Nigeria were easily worked on by his team, his friends, and all that. That it doesn't really go anywhere. But this latest controversy is not in Nigeria. These latest controversies happen in the US. He is doing No Sign of Weakness World Tour. He's doing a tour titled No Sign of Weakness. And he had a show November 12th at the Denver concert. They had Denver Red Rocks Amphitheater, Denver, Colorado. So there was this couple who were sitting close to the front, in front row. And while he was performing, he noticed that the couples were asleep. Or the lady, there is a man and a woman. It's a man and a woman, but it does appear it's the lady that was sleeping also. So he took offense with that. But how can he, Burna Boy, be performing and somebody will be sleeping? So he asked that the guy should take the lady home, and said that he's not going to perform any song until they are taken out.
Doing this shit because we're fucking doing it and we love it, you understand? So when I stand up here and I see you over there with your girl sleeping in front of me, it pisses me the fuck off, man. You understand? So please take her the fuck home. Huh? Fast now. Take her home, take her home, take her home. Bro, I'm not doing no more song until you take her home, bro. Real life. Alright, take her the fucking piss, bro.
It's my birthday, you have to leave. You have to leave. Oh my God. Put me up, man. Put me up. Okay, run away.
Bro, hurry up, man. Wallahi, I'm not doing another song till you go home. Wallahi.
Then the lady was taking out her friend too. He left. So after then the story came out, because there were videos of it. The videos came out and it went viral. Where people were wondering, what kind of thing is that? How can it have somebody who has spent her money to be in your show? I say because the person was sleeping, you walk the person out. So a lot of people were not happy with it, and there was this threat of boycott. Before the threat of boycott, see what happened. The lady in question, when the video went viral, the lady in question now responded to one of the posts online and said, I am the one in that video. I'm the one that was affected. And Nina said that the father of a child, they are not together, right? So she went to the show with her boyfriend, and since she traveled, she took flights and all that. So the father of his child, they are no longer together. Father of her child died recently. So she was grieving the loss of the father of her child. And then she had to travel for this Burna Boy's concert. Likes Burna Boy. And then she was embarrassed and she was thrown out. And she said it was quite embarrassing. And I said this was what happened. So when people now heard, people were offended by the story of asking the lady to be taken out. But then when they now heard she was grieving and she's a mother, grieving the loss of the father of her child, and that she traveled, she was tired, and all that. When people got this gist, the backlash was much. And then there were campaigns that Burna Boy should be boycotted, the boycott of or boycott of Burna Boy's show. And it seems that boycott seemed to have had an effect because 2 shows were now cancelled. He was supposed to perform November 28th in Minneapolis, December 1st in Chicago. Both were cancelled with automatic refunds, So after the backlash, after seeing what was going on, it is reported that Burna Boy issued, at first he tried to defend his action in an interview. And then when the backlash really came, it was reported that he issued what was like a partial apology, where he talked about even the coffee I introduced, no one is buying. So please, I'm sorry to everyone and everything I said. It was a slip of tongue. I'm sorry, guys. That is the report, and that they apologize to the black community. The lady in question, Shatu Jeteni, the name of the lady in question. So, with this issue of Burna Boy, what are the lessons in it?